that for all the companies, the data revolution is becoming the present-day key challenge. The data revolution concerns all the industry domains. This is also the case for the oil and gas industry. In the 21st century, and especially after the last petroleum crisis, the oil and gas exploration and production sector is facing various key challenges. They have to discover new resources to optimize the production and to take into account the sustainability of the field development. As any other industry, the oil and gas industry has started its digital revolution. This industry is familiar with large and diverse data sets. In the last few years, improvements in technology and methodology are driving an exponential increase in the amount of collected data. The effective management of these large volumes of data handled in exploration and production is becoming very crucial for the economic performance of hydrocarbon production. IFP School, the French engineering school, is a well-known actor of the graduate training in the energy and transportation sector. In September 2016, IFP School, associated with ENSG, another French engineering school, well known for its expertise in geomatics, has launched a new graduate program called Petroleum Data Management. This data-oriented program has been built with the support of experts of data management in the petroleum industry. Its objective is to prepare fresh graduate engineers and young professionals from all over the world to become specialists in the field of petroleum information management. Working on big data is not only a question of technology. The profession of petroleum data manager, an emerging job, requires specific skills. The data manager must have a data-oriented way of thinking. We could say data first. The data manager will handle with data from all along the oil and gas production chain. He must have a good knowledge of all the workflow. We could say data everywhere. The data manager will act as leader in complex integrated data projects in a multicultural and multidisciplinary environment. And we could say data for everyone. As you see, working with big data volumes is becoming not only a technical data revolution, but it is also the complex transformation of the way of thinking, learning, and working. This is the challenge for all the engineers in the oil and gas industry.
Hi, I am Philippe Joseph, geology professor at the IFP School. At the IFP School, we have recently developed new tools of mobile learning for our geological field trips in Spain. What is mobile learning? These are training digital applications and devices adapted to the geographic mobility of the learners, such as tablets or laptops. The big interest of such new techniques is that trainees have direct access on the field to a complete set of geotagged digital resources, for example, topographic and geological map, aerial photos, digital elevation models, or outcrop panoramas. But they have also access to digital field guides. The possibility of spatial exploration of this data on the tablet, the zoom in and zoom out capability, enables trainees to better understand the multi-scale characteristic of the studied reservoir analogs, from the global landscape to the rock samples. Moreover, the tablets offer the possibility to launch videos explaining the sedimentary processes, or to display interactive 3D views of the outcrop reservoir models, making thus a better link with the subsurface reservoir that we want to characterize. These digital tools improve the autonomy and the interactivity inside the training group, and the incorporation of quiz or exercises enables instructors to check the learning processes. I am quite sure that such digital tools will develop during the next year for learning on the field.
Years ago, to collect geologic data on the field, you needed this tool: a field book, a compass, a GPS, a camera, paper map, and so on. It took a lot of manipulation to take one single measurement, localization with your GPS, take the measure, write down the measure, take a picture of the outcrop. Moreover, merging all these informations at the end of the day in one single file was very time-consuming. Nowadays, with this single tool, a smartphone, you can collect data quicker than ever. And one great advantage is that all the measurements on observation are already digital. No more needs to manually input the data in an Excel file at the end of the day. But the digitalization process has even gone further. With the democratization of drones and the huge increase of computing capacity, you can even digitize a whole outcrop with the help of photogrammetry techniques. So it now became very easy to share geological knowledge with your colleagues, and it improves the way to teach geology in IFP school. On the other hand, as the volume of data collected has exponentially increased, geoscientists must also be trained in data management in order to understand the importance of collecting not only data, but all kinds of information, metadata, relative to these field measurements.
I'm currently a student in the Petroleum Geoscience program in the French engineering school, IFP school. During my studies, I did a lot of classical fieldwork where we learned by interacting with the outcrops, the other student, and the teacher. For the first time this summer, I experienced the mobile learning developed by IFP during a field trip with other students in Spain. It was a really great experience. Mobile learning brings new way of learning and interaction with the outcrops, but also with our group. By doing some quiz, games, or small exercises, you can really enhance the field experience. For me, mobile learning won't replace the way we used to study outcrops and interact on the field. It will act as something more complementary. It's also what we are going to use in our future jobs as the oil and gas industry is embracing the digital revolution. I believe that the new generation of geoscientists will be more and more familiar and demanding for digital learning, and that mobile learning will be a really common pedagogic tool in the future.